Kasia finally left for work. Now that it takes 6 minutes to go to it, she takes every single minute at home, and she left like 10 minutes to the start of her shift. But first, I just wanted to say something about the whole no shave January that I came up with. The only problem I usually have with leaving hair on my face for extended periods of time is the fact that I get these zits like almost always in the exact same places. There's always one on my left side and your right hand side. There's one here, a couple of there, and there's usually one or two, one on each side of my face, right under my chin, and it's so annoying. And I really think that the reason why they show up on my face is because of my facial hair. It's not just because of my dietary nutrition or lack thereof. Let me quickly clip my nails. I'm waiting for the curtains today. They will be here between 10:45 a.m. and 12:45, I think. So there's overall a couple of problems I see with the flat, and particularly in this case with the bathroom. One thing is the fact that the bathroom is ginormous. If it was Poland, you could probably rent it as a separate room to someone else. This means that it does not hold heat very well, and there's only this small radiator that doesn't really work for some reason. It worked when they showed us, but now it stopped. That's why I'm using my own. The second problem is a complete lack of any power sockets. That's why the radiator is here and the cable goes through the door. My last problem is the freaking shower. Not only the fact that it's all electric, it's just the fact that it works randomly. And sometimes it gives me cold water and sometimes it's hot. Before I actually show you the windows, there's two types of them, and on one side of the flat they are top down. On the other side of the flat they just open outwards. Here's my belly today. It's almost in a resting position, but I feel like I keep pushing it out again. What I have to change is my posture, I think, rather than my diet. Let's quickly drop downstairs. The curtains are here. Thermal insulated blackout curtain. Let's talk windows. It's time to strip the window off the blanket. This is the very classical, or very famous, if you want, English window bay, I think. This is our beautiful, amazing view. That's one of the reasons why we do like the flat. What we don't like is the draft. What do you think, guys? Zelin, Sam? I actually really like it, but I don't like the windows themselves. So, I don't know if I mentioned that, but they are top down and down top at the same time, I guess, if you want to say that. So you pick them up using these, and you pick them up, or you rather push them down using these, and in the middle you have these locks and these knobs. So what I figured, the knobs are used to actually remove the window itself, or at least take the frame out away from the lock. So these move to the side, and when you move them to the side, then you can push them away from the locks. Same goes for both sides, of course. Right now they're closed. The other oh, holy smokes. What is that? Is that a feather? Hello, feather. Be free! And it's gone. I didn't want to get inside people's windows. I just wanted to show you the dirt, and that's the problem I'm having, like another problem, I guess. I'm not exactly sure how to clean them. You probably have to take out the whole part of the window. So the draft I'm getting comes from these parts, right where this brushy thing is. So I just opened the bottom half of the middle window, and I would like to show you the actual frame itself, but there are people on the other side of the street and they will probably hear me no problem. So this is the way they open, and this is probably where you need to put the seal, but I don't know where exactly. At the moment I cannot really tell how drafty they really are, because when we moved in, the winds we were having were like 80 to 100 kilometers an hour, and we are right next to the sea, so where the blanket was on, it was just visible. The blanket was just flopping like crazy with the draft inside. Now I can't actually feel any draft, and I'm thinking if that's the quick fix that I did. So with the knobs, I unscrewed the knobs and like pushed them inwards, both of them, and I took out partially the bottom half of the window. That allowed me to adjust the top and the bottom, so the locks can actually close, because otherwise they don't really fit, right? The reason why the locks didn't want to close properly was the fact that these windows do not fit in the frames, both the one at the bottom and the one at the top, if that makes any sense. So you have to readjust the actual window, for example here, in the frame, so then you can lock this stuff. And I have to say, I do kind of like the bay windows, if that's their name even. It's not bad, it's really bright. I don't mind top down windows, it's really cool. I like the fact that they also open from top to bottom. It just depends on what you really want. But if you go to the bathroom again, look past the blinds, this is how these work. These just open outwards like this. This is the mechanism, so they also leave a giant gap here. This is also, by the way, the view from the bathroom. I don't actually know how you call them in English, but these windows are not just windows. We have something like this ourselves. So this is the hallway kind of thingy, and we also have a window right here. Since this is a top flat, there's this metal drop down ladder, and there's the window up there, so you can kind of go outside. I don't even know, I haven't actually checked it yet. And there's also a switch and a light, so if you for some reason want the light up there, you can turn it on. So even though we still technically don't have the curtain rod, I think I might have committed a window. I took the rod from the bathroom, that's the first thing. We're missing a shower curtain now. What do you think? So this is the beige color kind of thing, I think. And the opacity or the blackout percentage is 86%, I think. It's still bright. It sits quite firmly. The end of the rod does not come at an angle, so if you want to do anything, you have to just... This is what I did. This is how it looks on one side. This is how it looks on the other side. So basically it just lays on top of this hull. This hull is actually perfect because it provides the most support and the leverage. The actual copper colored thingy is from the blinds. Yep. I dismantle it from here and I will show you the actual product now. Ta-da! This is how they look now. I think it's way better. A second ago I told you it's not level and not center and all that. I just moved it all to this copper piece and screwed it tightly so it doesn't fall down or fall off it. It did the exact same thing on the other side, leaving this gap because the curtain itself was scraping against the ceiling, and there's this beam that goes here, and I think it's fine. God almighty, the sun. I actually like it. Now I'm just waiting for the sofa. Sofa is gonna go here, right against the TV, and right here I'm just waiting for maybe a couple of chairs. I think that's what Kasia would like here, and a little tiny table, and it's gonna look great. In my opinion, I'm just gonna sit either here against the sun to read my book that's somewhere on the floor, or here when it's not this sunny to watch the sea, the sunsets, the sunrise, and cars going from one side of the road to another. I think that's cool. I like it.